Hi all, Wolby Fan here. I'm doing a tag video from Chris from We Love Comics. His tag was top 10 worst disappointing investments. It was kind of a tough one to do because when I quit collecting comics back in the 90s at some point, I was mainly collecting books that I actually liked. There wasn't a lot of speculation. Some of the books that I kind of hoped it would be, worth something someday, tended not to be. I think a lot of that had to do with the fact that everything was overproduced. Everything was like mass production, which makes sense. The company's got to make money too, right? But at the same time draw in, in some sense of speculators and stuff like that. When you're 10, 11, 12, you're not really speculating too much. Mind you, at that time I was a little older than that, but you get what I mean, right? So, so this was fairly difficult. There are a couple of specs from back then that everybody kind of jumped on to see what would happen, and nothing happened. So, anyway, so the first book is one of those specs, and it is Nomad 1. I only bought the first couple issues because the story wasn't bad, but I never really followed the whole Captain America genre and that. But when they said it was the possible return of Bucky, I kind of wanted to get on that. I don't know if this is supposed to be Nomad's first appearance. I'm pretty sure he appeared somewhere else, but this is his first solo. So that's kind of cool, sort of. Next one, because the Wolverine craze, and Sabretooth was pretty huge. When they came out with his solo book, I jumped all over it. I only bought the one issue, and I'm kind of glad I did. Story's pretty good. I think the first 5. Art was great. It just didn't go anywhere from there. Next one was I started collecting. Well, I'll show you. I like the original Ghost Riders, the 73 series. I had a bunch of that time, and when they came out with the volume 2, or I guess volume 3 really, if you think about it, I started reading it, really liked it. Like, this really is a $10 book, but you can get them like in a dollar bin anywhere. I mean, I got like 4 of these now. I bought one when it first came out, and then I just been finding them in dollar bins. I just been grabbing them up. I don't know why I do that, but I don't know. But anyway, I guess a lot of people do that too. But yeah, this is one. I collected this up until I stopped collecting books, and so I had, I don't know, 50, 60 issues of it, the first 50, 60, maybe, because I really like the stories, right, like the artwork, right, so it wasn't really a loss in the sense that, for me, in a sense, because I enjoyed the stories, but it was kind of a disappointment because I figured this book would have gone up quite a bit. Like, it's still, like I say, a $10 book, but that's like near mint. But I got a bunch of first appearances in it, but it just didn't go anywhere. I don't know whether it was just a lack of popularity or what. I don't know. But anyway, so the next one was Darkhawk. Was another one. I collected the first 20 issues or so. Around the time the story started getting kind of cheesy. But I really liked the first 10 or 12 anyway, and the art was really good. It's like when they change over from different writers to different artists, it changes the story, right? They don't necessarily get the grasp of the guy who actually started it off, where everybody would get the feel for it. But I thought it was really cool. And this is another one you can find on dollar bin. Like it's another one of those $10 books. They say in the price guides, but yeah, like I say, the same thing with Ghost Rider. I bought that one, not this one even, new. This isn't one I've got out of a dollar bin. I think I got another 2 more in there. Same thing with Deathlock. I really like this character. Um, it's too bad they didn't. They've been trying to do more and more with them, but it just epic fail after epic fail. This storyline was really good too. I enjoyed it very much. You know, like I say, all these were just kind of surprisingly disappointing in the sense that they didn't get, you know, higher, you know, in value. But I guess, like I was saying earlier, that you know, when you're producing 1,000,000 books, you're really not creating a rarity. So, and this is one that I think everybody's got. I've got about 3 or 4 of these. This is the only one I have that's polybagged still. I started pulling all the cards out of it, and then I realized I probably shouldn't be doing that. So I kept one back anyway. I don't even know what's cards in it. I didn't take it out to take a look before I did the video, but not that I really care anyway. The one that mattered, the Deadpool one, was one of the ones I opened up. So it's like, when I found that out later, like years later, that I'm going, really? Oh well, not a big deal. But yeah, I really like these stories too. You know, especially when they went from the New Mutants. I figured, wow, you know, like, look at all this flashy stuff they put on this cover in a sense, right? You know, trying to really promote this book, and they did. They promoted it to the point where it was useless, you know, financially wise, like for speculation purposes, but story wise it was really good. But you know, that's another one I collected for a few years, and then, you know, I had petered out what I was collecting, and you know, because I was still collecting X-Men, I was still collecting Wolverine, I was still collecting a bunch of other books, and then it just got to the point where it's like even wind down to just Wolverine, and then I just quit. Especially after, you know, and you'll see in a minute, like Anything Image just kind of ruined it for everybody, I think. Next one was Death's Heads, or Death's Head 2. I have the first series, Death's Head, and then I had really liked that series, and then they came out with a second version of them. This is, I imagine, be the first appearance of the Death's Head 2. Really liked the book. It wasn't, I don't think it was like a very popular character for most people. It was kind of obscure, and I'm not one to go with a lot of obscure stuff. I just, you know, I just something just grabbed, right? And like the artwork, the stories were awesome. They only did, like this one was a mini-series, part 1 of 4. So they didn't, I don't remember if they had an actual run after this series. I think they might have. If they did, either I missed it or I bought the first 2 issues. I don't know. I didn't see it in the box because I had them all the Death's Heads together, and there wasn't many. So I could have easily skipped over it by mistake. But yeah, anyway, so this was another one. You know, I know they had a lot of mini-series back then, but it was because it was an obscure character. It was, you know, I had a mini-series maybe just to promote the character, maybe, I don't know. But I thought maybe like it would catch on, but I guess it didn't. I mean, I don't even think anybody talks about Death's Head, you know, which is unfortunate because he was a good character. You know, he's sort of like a Deathlock in a sense, you know, cybernetic. I mean, I guess that's probably, you know, copying each other or vice versa. I'm pretty sure Deathlock came first, but the idea was the same, you know. He just had cooler weapons. So anyway, and I think everybody's got about half a dozen of these, you know, and that's where I was saying earlier about Image. You know, awesome story. I think I stuck around for the first 3 years of this run, and then in that time they kept popping out ones, new characters, all this, trying to build up their, you know, their selection, I would say. And which is, like I say, for an up and coming company is not a bad idea. Part of the problem is which they don't really care about, is rarity. You know, they want obviously numbers and stuff, but you know, and promoting, you know, towards the kids and stuff like that, we're just gonna either destroy it. But around this time, people started having a different mindset, where it was not so much reading and collecting. Like if you wanted to read one, like I did that for some of them, not all of them. Excuse me. I would buy 2. I would put one away and then read one, right? Because I couldn't guarantee that I was going to keep it nice. But like nowadays people can read a digital copy of everything pretty much. So that's what I do. I'll go, if I buy anything new, or or most of the time I buy used, like so they're, because I don't tend to buy a lot of stuff off the shelf. But if I do, I'll buy it and then put it away and then read the digital version of it, just to keep the the, the tactile one, nice, right? But the problem is people are buying like 5, 6, 7, 10, 20 of these things, and then it's, I think there's like 1.2 million of these around, right? I mean, stores are having them listed on their wall for like $20, and nobody's even looking at them, and the younger guys don't even know who the hell he is. So even though he produced a movie and a couple of really good TV, series-ish kind of straight-to-video movies, animated, but yeah, it's unfortunate. Like, all these are unfortunate, So the next two are the recent hypes in the last year or so that really haven't, they had a little bit of a high spurt, and then all of a sudden they kind of leveled out. And the high spurt to the level out didn't take long, only a few months. They're hard to find. They really are. Try to find them on a shelf somewhere or in a bin. But first one is Marvel Comics Presents 19, first appearance of Damage Control, and which this one was fairly hard to find, but I did manage to find 3 of them, and I found them in dollar bins, funny enough. So that was kind of cool. But I mean, like I say, it went up from $2 to $10 in the price guides and stuff like that, and then just stayed there. If the show does decide to come out, it might go up, but I'm not expecting too much out of it. And if it does, well, I've got 3. So, but at $3 for 3 of them, I'm not really complaining. In that sense. The last one is Scooby-Doo Team Up 12. I think everybody had a run on this one. I found 2 online on eBay for a reasonable price. Matched, came with a bunch of other books too, but they were included in it. I've been seeing that the Team Up team here have been trying to recreate this by brought her back in another issue, and then off and on with a bunch of other DC characters and stuff like that. And I mean, obviously this one had the highest want, and I don't know how many of them were produced. I know they went to a second print, but it was another one that increased in value pretty much right away, and then just stayed there. Like, it went to like $10 and that was it. So like those last two, this one and the last one, you go online, people are trying to sell them anywhere from like $3 plus $20 shipping, or $40, $50. I'm going, it's not worth that much, So, I mean, I don't see this going very far. I think it's had its day, but the only thing that was kind of cool about the way, as much as it's supposed to be a disappointment on how much you paid or a speculation or what have you, the only thing that's kind of fun chasing down something is chasing down something. Gotta get it, try to get it for the best price, get the best quality, and kind of stuff like that. That's part of hunting, I guess. Right? But then to realize you gotta remember how much you're gonna spend, and if you're spending $75 for this book, I would be really reevaluating how I want to hunt. Okay. So anyway, we also have to name out 7 people to do this, to continue on this tag. I picked 74 Screw Gun, 4-Way Flashers, Master X Splinter, Fistful of Comics, Inside at UFO, Amazing Murphinator 1028 Mikey, and 80i Samurai. So you guys have been tagged. It was fun. It was kind of a pain, but I think that's kind of the point. trying to figure out stuff, like I was saying earlier, trying to figure out stuff that you were kind of disappointed about, but in a sense that it was the wrong thing to purchase. In my case, most of the stuff wasn't the wrong case because I actually enjoyed the book, and I was just disappointed that it didn't, go up, on a collector investor side of it. On the book side of it, I was really happy. But now knowing that production runs were so inflated, I guess you would say, that it kind of made it difficult right from the start for anything to be really collectible. But hindsight's 20/20, right? And if you're wearing glasses, it's even farther away. So it was a cool video to do because I had to go rummaging through my stuff, which is kind of a pain in a sense because everything's in two different places. Stuff that I'm working with and other stuff that I had in storage. So I had to go back and dig out, in a nice cubby hole, quiet, nice, dry and secluded area and safe. And then I got to go digging through there to find the ones I wanted to use. So that's okay. So now I got a mess to clean up. That's okay. Not a big deal. So anyway, that's the vid. Hope you enjoyed it. I've got a bunch of stuff that I've got to do yet. I had picked up some things over the last month because for some reason I don't find the time to actually do a video. I wish I could do them more often, but there's so much going on that I really, like everybody else, got things to do too, right? So, but I've got a bunch of pickups. I'll probably do them over a course of a couple of videos. Yeah, so hopefully in the next little bit I'll have some more up. Alright, so this is WilbyFan signing off. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll redo the names again. There are 74 Screw Gun, 4-Way Flashers, Master X Splinter, Fistful of Comics, Inside UFO, Amazing Murphinator 1028, and 80i Samurai. So, and each of you guys, just if you haven't watched a tag video yet, you're supposed to do the top 10 worst disappointing investments and tag 7 other YouTubers. Okay, so have a good one. Talk to you soon.